Hi guys, really quick before we get started, I filmed this with video, not just audio, and the video is just not looking too hot, very out of focus, and it wasn't great. So if you don't mind, I hope you enjoy listening to this one, and I hope it's not too much of an inconvenience. I know some of you guys enjoyed the TLDR life video just being audio, so I hope you don't mind. This is just something that I kind of want to talk about, and I intended to leave in the live stream that I had to take down due to the copyright for the music. So that is that, and enjoy the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be pretty controversial. I think it's actually gonna be one of, if not my most controversial video, honestly. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be very controversial. Maybe the most controversial video I've had. I've talked about this a little bit and people like immediately came for me. And I was streaming last night and there were like 300 or 400 people in the chat room at a time last night, and almost every like fifth message or something was like, can you please talk about Shane Dawson and Eugenia Cooney? And I was like trying to ignore it because I'm like, I don't know. If you guys don't know about me, there's just so many new people here now. Hi, how's it going? It's one of the reasons I made my this is my life hour-long video, because I wanted people to know more about me, because I feel like people don't know. And I have had an eating disorder before when I was a teenager, and it got pretty bad, but not as bad as Eugenia Cooney. But I will say this straight out. This is just going to be like my perspective. This is just going to be my opinions. A lot of you probably already disliked this video and are like, it's not your story to tell. And that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life, because it is absolutely the responsibility of the friends of someone that is mentally ill to do something about it. It is the responsibility of them to clarify a story that was misrepresented. I think it is their responsibility, and I wish that people would keep the same energy, because it seems like people like to flip-flop a lot. Like people want YouTubers to speak out on when their friends are sick. All these people wanted like Jacqueline and like all these girls to like speak out on Eugenia and talk about her and all this stuff, but now that she's in recovery and Jacqueline doesn't believe that the Shane Dawson video represented the situation correctly and is trying to correct it and give correct information, everybody's mad. So I'm not really sure what you guys want. I don't really understand. I will say straight up, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an eating disorder professional. None of that. I'm not trying to come across as that. I'm not trying to come across that I know right and you're wrong because I know what's right. That's not what I'm doing. I don't know why people think that. But yeah, I'm just coming at it from someone who has had an eating disorder and has just, I've watched Eugenia Cooney a lot over the last few years. And I never really talked about her because I had my opinions, and I didn't want to continue the cycle of like abuse and speculation and all this stuff. So when Jacqueline came out with her video, I was like, I believe her. I do. I genuinely do. And I will say that I have talked in the past about wanting to make a video on Shane Dawson, because I don't feel like I feel like a lot of his like documentaries are not good. I feel like a lot of the time there was no like actual point proven. I feel like it's all like entertainment, and I feel like it's kind of irresponsible journalism. And I was so excited when I saw that he did a video with Eugenia after she got out of rehab, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so, like, my heart was beating. I'm like, oh my gosh, finally, like, she's going to, it wasn't even like a nosy thing. Like, I didn't want to know, like, oh, this exactly is what happened, you know? I was just like, wow, like, this is great. Like, I'm so happy for her. This is so exciting, you know? And I watched the video, and whenever the video ended, I was left with nothing. Nothing was accomplished. There was no point. There was no hot take. There was nothing. There was no substance in an hour-long interview with someone who suffered from a very, very severe eating disorder in the public eye. And I wasn't happy. I was genuinely disappointed. I was like, Shane, I expected more out of you. Like, I've been pretty disappointed with a lot of his videos. I will admit that. I feel like I'm so small in the frame. I'm sorry. I'm filming in a different like spot right now. But I felt that there would be more substance to it. And I told one of my friends, I was like, you know, I'm pretty disappointed about this. I just thought there would be more to it. I thought there would be more substance. I expected more out of him. And she's like, I didn't. She's like, I don't know why you expect, you know, like, she didn't directly say this, but implied, like, I don't know why you expect Shane to do better, because it's just all of it. Like the Jake Paul thing, the Tana thing, the conspiracy videos, the combining a woman's horrible abuse with Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Just, it's set bad with me. That whole video just should have been like, you know, like a whole, like the Britney video should have been like a whole thing. And it seems wrong and unethical to me. And it's been bothering me for a while, because a lot of Shane Dawson's fan base are really young, and I don't think they understand, they don't get it, or they don't want it. They just want entertainment. They just want tea. They just want entertainment. They just want something fun. And I think, I don't know. I don't care for it. I think it's really just, I hate saying this, but I feel like it's almost exploitative. I feel like the video he made with Eugenia Cooney was exploiting her eating disorder and everything that happened to her. Nothing came out of the video. Did you leave the video with more information than you had before? No, I didn't. It was a house tour. I don't care what Eugenia Cooney's house looks like. And like, people are trying to like do this thing where it's like, he like did these little clues where it's like, oh, the mom like was like running away and was listening to the broken TV, and it's like, this isn't a game. This is real life. And I feel like people like doing these like little clues and like playing detective and stuff. And it's like, people's lives are on the line, dude. It's not a game. Eating disorders are scary. And I retweeted something from Eugenia, and a bunch of people dogpiled on me immediately, and they're like, imagine bullying someone in recovery. Imagine bullying a recovering eating disorder victim. It's like, no, there's more to it. I personally don't understand how her mom was so involved in her life, was taking photos with her, all this stuff. Her mom definitely saw the comments people were posting for years. What was it, like 4 years or something? Her mom saw all this, saw her child slowly degrading, slowly dying, and did nothing about it. And Eugenia is in her mid-20s, I believe. So she's not a child, but there's a thing called a 5150, where if someone is severely mentally ill and hurting themselves, you can get the police involved to take them to a safe space and get them help. And her mom didn't do that. And it's just, it's interesting that one of Eugenia's friends had to get involved and kind of trick her and then get her into rehab. Interesting, because it's like, if Jacqueline didn't intervene, would this still be continuing? Would her mom ever have gotten her help? Or I'm really confused. I don't understand how people are watching the Shane Dawson video and being like, wow, a beautiful conclusion. It's just like, yeah, she's recovering, but the thing is with eating disorders, in my personal opinion, it never fully leaves you. Like, once you develop an eating disorder and you're that heavy into it, like, once you're heavy into it, it's always going to be in your head. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that. And I think one of the major things that needs to happen is Eugenia leaving the space she was in before. What got me out of my bad eating disorder was I left my parents, I left my hometown, I completely started a completely new life, and it pushed me in the right track to recovering on my own and not needing to go to rehab. And she definitely needed to go to rehab, but I just don't see how her being back with her mom, back in that house that she can't even unlock the doors to and get out of, back with her family, back on social media, back on YouTube, back in the public eye, especially this heavy, I don't see how that's going to lead to a proper recovery. I do hope it does. And I know people are like, you're bullying her, leave her alone, let her recover. How do you think this video is going to make her feel? I don't think a lot of people have experienced a lot of traumatic, like, mental illnesses like that. And I think there's more to it, and I do believe Jacqueline. At first I was like, I don't know what to believe. And then I went back through it like several times, and I'm like, I have been watching this girl for so many years, and I literally have thought every single thing that Jacqueline said in that video. And I thought, oh, you know, like, there's no point in bringing it up. But it's just like seeing someone who was actually friends with her, and Shane, like, hadn't talked to her in like over 5 months at that point and wasn't heavily involved in her life. So I just didn't see the point. I don't see the point. I'm struggling to see what Shane's point was, other than using a really bad situation for views when she really shouldn't even be online right now. I just think a lot of people haven't experienced with themselves or anyone around them situations like this, and they have an idea of how they would handle it and like what they would do. And if I was in the same situation Jacqueline Glenn was, and my friend had this whole thing happening and I helped them get help, and Shane Dawson came around and made it this big thing and like didn't like mention that, you know, like it wasn't their mom that got him help, just this whole thing. And I would have done the same thing she did. I definitely would have. And I feel like now people are starting to like critically think about it, and they're starting to be like, you know, actually, yeah, like, why there's so much to this, why, like, and we're not entitled to answers. We aren't. I'm not making this video to be like, she needs to answer to me. That's not what I'm doing at all. I just think that people are they idolize Shane Dawson so much that they don't realize when things might be unethical or when there might not be a point, you know? Like, what was the point of the Tana video? To make Tana look better and to make her look like a victim instead of being like, you need to take responsibility. You did a horrible thing. What was the point of the Jake Paul video? To make Jake Paul seem more human to people, which he is a human, but to make us feel bad for him or make us feel sympathetic instead of being like, you've done some bad stuff. You want to talk about it? You know? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. There's just, I'm not happy with the content Shane has been putting out. I think it's just bad. I'm gonna be real. I think it's just bad. The Britney, like I said before, the Britney video should have been its like own thing. And it was such a serious topic. And for someone to add it into a conspiracy video next to Chuck E. Cheese pizza being cut weird. Really fun time, guys. Also, this woman was viciously abused. So, funny conspiracy times. I don't know. And I don't get why we look to, like, this family counselor girl, I think her name's Katie and stuff, for all this information about eating disorder and stuff. It's just, everything is just off. All of it's been really off, you know? And it's always been pretty obvious that Shane Dawson has his friends, has his biases towards certain people, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I wanted to kind of just talk about this because I just don't see the point. I don't see the point. I don't think anything was accomplished. I think she should have been left alone, and they should have all privately been there for her, and I don't know. Eugenia also recently, like, tweeted out, like, right before I filmed this, that everything is lies and her mom's an amazing, wonderful person. I don't see how a mother can watch her daughter slowly degrade into a crippling eating disorder that would inevitably kill her and not do something. You know, it's just like her only friend is her mom. And her mom didn't get her help for a severe mental illness that was killing her. Her mom didn't say at any time, hey, maybe we need to log off for a while and we need to, like, sit down and you need to get help. Like, that didn't happen. Alright guys, that's all I have for today's video. I just kind of wanted to vent about this because it's really frustrating to watch this all happen, and I'm sorry if you don't like this format. We'll be back to our normal format next time. Have video. I'll learn how to be a better cameraman one of these years. And yeah, thank you guys for watching or listening to this video, and bye.